Gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back with another stream, and honestly I think that this one will be quite interesting, for we've been doing work, boys. We've been doing friggin' work. You can see here that we've created this dense outer shell of allies. Oh, fuck yeah, thank you, Jelly. Yeah, I'll give you my sub later, buddy, once I'm done streaming. It's the first thing I'm gonna do. But yeah, we've created this outer shell of allies that we've liberated. One in Epirus, one in Nasos. Pulpadeva is also our ally, and of course over here in Epidamos. And this actually kicks Rome out of Greek affairs entirely. You can see that they're nowhere on the Adriatic side. I guess the closest that they're here is right here in Cisalpania. Yo, President! Dude, what's up, man? So we have that. My last step along this journey is honestly just to take Odessos. And then after that, you cut your finger real bad. Well, that's not fucking good, bro. Are you okay? Damn. I hate cuts, bro. Legit feels like you're dying, even if it's like a little bit of blood. I'm a complete girl when it comes to getting cut, bro. Almost to the bone. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Seriously? Fuck, it's happened to me only. It was thin and deep. Well, at least it was thin. Fuck, bro. How the fuck did that happen? What'd you do, bro? That ain't good. You are literally bald, bro. I don't understand how your barber screwed up this bad, alright? Like, who wants that haircut? Knife slip? Yeah, it happened to me once. I was cutting apples, but I was doing it in like the stupidest way possible, with like the knife facing down. And then I just cut the palm of my hand, bro. Blood everywhere. Like, it was a proper cut, too. I felt about as stupid. Haha, you're laughing at President, bro. President cut himself to the bone, bro. Oh, you're laughing at... Yeah, you gotta laugh at yourself, bro. You fucking don't have hair, bro. That's just... How do you not have hair, bro? You're literally bald now. You didn't even tell your barber anything. You're just like, bro, this kid probably wants to be bald. That's what that's what your barber decided. He just looked at you, he's like, bro, this is a bald kid if I've ever seen one. I'm gonna give him that bald experience. And then he fucking gave it to you, bro, and now you know what it feels like. Now you know what being a middle-aged man feels like. Of your hair thinning, just falling out in clumps, your life flashing before your eyes. Congratulations. I have another Gen Z's. Yeah? Which one? This one was all over TikTok. Shit, isn't everything all over TikTok with you guys? I actually have never had TikTok. I'm proud to say. Oh shit, I know this song, bro. I fucking know this song. It's in so many memes, bro. It's like the Doomer song. It's like the Doomer anthem. Of course I know that one. How do you think I don't know that one, bro? You think I'm that out of it? I am a Redditor, bro. Of course I fucking know that one. I don't know. I know this one. I know this one. This one was in a lot of memes and stuff. Eliana is? What the? Ended your military? I mean... I don't know, bro. Eliana doesn't strike me as a person that spends that much time looking at memes, to be honest with you. And that's probably why. Because if you use Reddit, you probably have heard this one before. Rate this song out of 10? I don't know, it's like a solid 6. It's like catchy and stuff, but you know, nothing really all that crazy happens in that song, so I can't give it anything higher than that. You know what I mean? Like, it's not one of those, like, you know, it might stick in your head for a little while, but, you know, it's just too basic to be, like, a really good song. And, ooh, my allies took Odessos, but also, do you know Death Grips? I do not know Death Grips. No, I don't know what that is. I mean, these guys broke for alliance with me, which is actually rather annoying. I have to admit, it is rather freaking annoying. There really isn't much I can do about it. My hands are kind of tied. I mean, I still have treaties with these guys. Basic songs are really popular because they don't offend any taste. I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, honestly, like, when you hear that song, like, you feel that there's potential for it to be popular, right? You know what I mean? Like, it just sounds like a generic popular song, doesn't it? Well, it is popular, yeah. But you know what I mean, though? Also, Jellison is fucking bald. This guy showed me to prove. His barber involuntarily made him bald. That's like a war crime. Like, honestly. How does a barber involuntarily make you bald? Death tech. I mean, bro, like, it's not even autism core. I don't understand any other genre, okay? If it's not autism core, bro, like, I don't get it. You know what I mean? Death tech is not autistic? What? Bro, I mean, it's new middle. I'm sure new middle is not a different, like, style of autism core, you know? New metal? New metal. I did think that you were saying new metal. You don't know new metal. Of course I don't know new metal. Why would I know anything, bro? Why do you expect me to know anything, bro? That's a good question for me. Why do you think I know anything? I'm stupid. Do you know corn? No, but you replaced a K with a P, and then I know a lot. The band. Nah, I have no idea. I have no idea about that one. No clue. You know, why don't I just go fuck up my ally here? I mean, I literally am not benefiting, like, at all from these guys. And let's see.
You honor us. There is food enough for 2 armies awaiting us when we have talked.
Slipknot. I've heard about Slipknot. And I probably have heard a song without knowing it's them. Like, you know that whole thing. Like, when you hear... You, like, recognize the song, but you never know, like, what band it's coming from. New metal. I don't know, bro. I mean... I'm sure that I've heard some stuff from it. But, like, I'm not even into rock all that much anymore. And I was never that much into metal. You know? It's just too hardcore for me, bro. I'm just too chill of a guy. You know, I just like to relax, you know, have some mojitos at the beach, you know, vibe out, chill out, you know. You know, I'm not like a metal, I'm not like metal material, you know. I'm just not metal material. Aesthetic rap thing. Bro, you know a lot about his music genres. Loki, I have the same Soviet era playlist on repeat in my car. I'm out of the loop severely, bro. Under the new middle. I don't even use Spotify. I don't think I've had a Spotify account since I was in high school. Just so you get the sense of how out of the loop I am. Do you know Suicide Boys? No. I'm just out of the loop, bro. Like, outside of probably the most recent stuff I'm familiar with are like the new albums of a couple of like 90s era punk bands, bro. You are bald. You're literally bald. Well, Bro, I mean, you can just like have a hair transplant. Just get the doctors to pull it out of your ass and put it on your head, bro. Then your head can smell like your butt. It'll project natural pheromones and attract the ladies. In a popular rap song went "Take Me Home, a place where I can rest in peace." See, when you said "take me home," I thought you meant "take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia." Country mama, take me home, country roads. When you're talking about that shit, when I read to "Take Me Home," I thought you were talking about that shit, bro. The rest in peace part, that's when I got emo, dude. That's when I got fucking emo. It's a good song, bro. Take me home. It's like the only country-ish song, but I can vibe with, I guess. Okay, we're, you know, we're the Spartans. We have to be agriculturalists. And wait, who can we not trade with anymore? Normie. I am a fucking normie when it comes to music, bro. Outside of me listening to a bunch of Soviet era pop, I'm a normie. The Soviet era pop's just fucking weird. At least considering the context of who I am. You know what Big Iron is? Nah, I've heard the name, there was this joke in the CS community about like Big Iron meaning dick. Country song about a bandit getting shot by an Arizona Ranger. Sheesh. Man, fuck yeah, dude. That guy tried to fight the law, but the law won. It's not like 80% of country songs. Country songs like make it sound like most people in those areas are just like hardened criminals or some shit, right? Oh shit. Big Iron's an intense song, damn. It's hardcore, man. Man, how do you... Fuck, you listen to a lot of music. You know so much shit that I have no idea about. God damn. Then again, I basically live under a rock when it comes to this shit. And I'm happy to, by the way. Living under a rock is fun, and it's nice, and it's cozy. And you don't need to learn about any new things. Then you can just vibe. You just vibe and chill, you know? Important things in life. I mean, what else are we supposed to sing about, bro? That's country. It's country life for you. It's just fucking beer and trucks and guns and ladies, and that's about it. Cousin. I like how it actually let you fucking say it afterwards, bro. Hey, man, like, cousin, you know what, like, you know, people laugh at, like, Americans in Alabama being, like, cousin fuckers or something, but, like, if you think about it, that's just country is fucking, that's just country in general, isn't it? Like, literally every rural area is cousin fucker country in every single country. You know what I mean? Like, that's just where it's at, dude. Every single country has a cousin fucking area. Like, I'm sure that Romania has, like, a cousin fucking area, right? They've gotta. And it's gonna be some random, like, rural area. No? Come on! You're lying. You're lying. Matter you haven't heard about it. Every single country has their own Alabama, bro. Every single country has their own Alabama. Whereas, like, at least it's like a joke. It doesn't happen as often as people say it does. Or it's not talked about. I don't know, bro. Apparently it was pretty common where my dad was from in Ukraine. Apparently it was pretty common. It's like he was from a small town. Like, not in his generation, but it was common in, like, the older generations for it to happen, you know? Like, he knew old people that had married their cousins and stuff. There's no cousin I don't know, bro. I think that Yurt is part of some sort of, like, nationalist cover-up right now, bro. Okay. You know what? That's pretty similar to banging your cousin, I would say. About the Welsh? I mean... And their women kind of look like... I don't know, bro. I'm just saying, man. You know, you open your eyes a little bit, and maybe you'll be able to figure out where it happens in Romania, bro. Wait a minute, don't gypsies do that stuff? Hey, wait a minute, don't gypsies do that stuff? Hold on. Hold the crap on. Surely they do that stuff. I mean, they've got that rural lifestyle. Because of the church. I mean, I could see that, especially if the church is, like, keeping genealogical records. I mean, the thing is that I think that people are inadvertently sleeping with their, like, third cousins or so without even knowing it. You know what I mean? And if that happens for a couple of generations, then, you know, it can have an effect, a pretty tangible effect on offspring, I believe. Okay, well, these guys are screwed. Germans are taking over. Yeah, don't they sell bride markets? I heard that they're not, like, hardcore bride markets. Like, you can't buy a bride anymore. They're more ceremonial, but, like, they still have preserved the tradition somewhat, yeah? I thought that was, like, third cousins. Bride markets? No. Okay. Basically, like, back in the day, they actually used to literally be markets, right? You following? They used to be literal markets back in the day. Now they have not literal markets, but they have ceremonial markets. They call it a bride market, but what it really is this, like, big arranged marriage meetup. I watched a Vice documentary on it. So basically, like, you know, the parents will take their kids, and then those kids, they will, like, meet other prospective gypsy singles, basically. That's what I saw. Like, nothing crazy like that. I mean, what I mean is that the thing I'm describing is not really all that crazy, but that's what I saw. Back in the day, probably, but so, like, no. It's called, okay, it's called a bride market, but it's not an actual bride market. That's just the name of a tradition. That's what the documentary said. So like a gypsy bride market nowadays would just be a bunch of parents bringing their kids. And the parents introduce their kids to each other. I have not heard of these ceremonial markets. Maybe I could find it. Then again, it is Vice, so it's not the most reliable news outlet. But on the other hand, like, it's literal, like, the journalist literally went to one of these. Okay, so like, I don't think it was staged. I think that was actually a thing. Also, I'm not even sure if it was gypsies in Romania. I think it might have been Bulgaria. Yeah, okay, it was Bulgaria. Bulgaria. That's probably why you haven't heard of it. Yeah, Bulgaria. But in recent history, no. No, it still goes on in Bulgaria. For not selling brides. Again, this is just an arranged marriage meetup, okay? Nowadays, it's just an arranged marriage meetup. But it's called a bride market. It's just a name. Still happens in Bulgaria. Just search it up. Search up Gypsy Bride Market. Bulgaria. What are you talking about? Just so my viewer is Romanian, so we're just shooting the shit about just. I'm Bulgarian now. Okay, have you heard of this? Sid? Have you heard of this? I watched a. Okay, look at that. Look at that. We have confirmation from a live Bulgarian. In AI, what? Dude, no way that thing I watched was AI, bro. There's no way. There's no way. You're trolling. You're capping me. It is. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Like, they would literally. I mean, look, man, like, that's the way marriages used to be back in the day, right? Like, a husband would pay a dowry to the bride's family, right? Wait, is that the way it works? So a husband pays dowry to bride's family, right? Wait, no. It's bride's family would pay a dowry to the husband, yeah? Yeah, that's the way it would work, yeah? Kind of like money to take care of a daughter. Like, that was supposed to be the purpose, right? Yeah, I mean, they keep to themselves.
Let them cower like kenneled dogs.
They used to make big meetings and they meet. Dude, imagine going to something like that. Just imagine going to something like that. Just like an open air marriage market. That would be so anxiety inducing, bro. Like the sheer amount of anxious people there. And when you're looking for someone to share the rest of your life with. I mean, that day would change the lives of so many people, bro. It would be crazy to see. It's the same in Romania, Serbia, and Bulgaria. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Well, anyway. But, in all honesty, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I've never even met gypsies. I'm from Canada, so... I haven't met any here, bro. The Balkan gypsies. Yeah. Don't they have, like... Where do they mostly live? Like, they live in the Balkans now. I think that they also have gypsies in Spain, right? I mean, I don't know. My parents said they had some in Ukraine growing up. But not like a ton. But they're not the same. Oh, they're not? I mean, actually, it shouldn't be that much of a surprise. There's quite a bit of distance. All over Europe. Huh. You guys see any, like, Ours are most fun. We probably have the best music and the best booze, right? Bro, we're famous for like bare knuckle boxing as like a sport. Did we still do that? I saw it in a movie once. When Leonardo DiCaprio played a gypsy guy in a movie. Did we still bare knuckle box, or is that not a thing? No, those are the UK ones. Oh, okay, like the Peaky Blinders ones, right? Yeah, because they steal the irons. Yeah, I heard they made like pots and pans and shit and then sell them. Bro, that's the wackiest thing to me, okay? You just steal iron and then make pots and pans, and that's your whole profession. It's just so silly. I'm sorry, it's hard for me to imagine. So to be fair, you guys are a lot of Balkaners. These Agrianians could have been your ancestors, in theory. They're Balkan tribesmen. They're kind of like Thracio-Dacian people, the Agrianians. Look at those sick-ass beards, bro. I wish I could grow a beard like this. But I wish it didn't take, like, a ridiculous amount of time. Like, I always trim my beard before it gets to this level. It's because, like, somewhere between here and there, my beard starts looking disgusting. I just can't, bro. It looks so bad. Huh? Legit. Whole ass playground was lifted out of the ground. No way! They stole a playground? How? Like overnight? Or were we just like coming in during the day? Like in broad daylight and just no one could stop them? Wait, how do you frickin' steal a playground, bro? It must have been quick, right? Just like one day it was there, next day it just vanished? Was it like that? Bro, there's no way. Over a couple of... Oh. How? Wait. Dude, how did this happen? Like, no one tried to stop them? They just took the playground? They just took the playground and everyone was like, okay, well... He took the iron before... What the... Bro! You gotta tell me more. How do you steal a whole playground? How do you steal a whole playground? Dude, you're capping. There's no way that they stole a whole playground. But yeah, but you said bit by bit, right? Wait, okay. How noticeable was it? They sell metal for scrap. I thought that they like use the metal to make shit out of it. I mean, they sell that shit, right? I thought they like make pans, like they make like pots and pans and stuff out of the metal over the course of about. Wait, so what were people in your area saying about it, bro? They don't make shit. They just steal the metal. Okay, I mean, there's actually a thing with that in Canada right now. Like, homeless people are stealing copper wiring to sell for drugs. Shit's starting to happen, like, in my neighborhood. So wild, bro. Stealing metal for the scrap is just crazy to me. Okay, we're just gonna throw in our Agrianian mercenaries, and, I mean, they'll mostly die, but whatever. We're gonna have to attack these guys piecemeal. Charge! Run into battle! The people's bet. I mean, bro, that would be the story of the century if it happened in my city. Not gonna lie. I would be rolling. I'd be laughing so freaking hard, bro. Okay, we gotta break this stupid barricade, bro. It's gonna take a little while, but eventually my horsies are gonna batter their way through this crap. Built again. It's number no steel. You're going to get to our level. There's still time. Stupidity is contagious. Hey, bro. I can only dream. I can only dream of getting to your guys' level. But you know what? Together, us Canadians, we'll be able to do it, boys. I think we can achieve anything. If you dream hard enough, you know? Then, okay, we battered our way through the barrier. We gotta, like, get behind these guys. My first wave of Agrionians is getting, like, pooped on. Just to be expected. Luckily, the enemy general is completely surrounded. I mean, you can see. He's trying to hold back my tide of horsemen because he knows they're going to outflank his position eventually. But this is completely suicidal to try to hold back so many Greek and Balkan cavalry men. I mean, my cavalry is good. Oh, crap. Ah, shit. Okay, I didn't realize how thoroughly my Agrionians had been beaten. I'm just gonna throw my Spartans in without any position, without any formation. I mean, yes, in theory, the ideal thing is to, the ideal thing is to use formation attacks with Spartan units, but, like, I don't think I have the ability to, or the time to right now. Come on. Crap. I will read the chat in a second. Sorry, boys. I really do need to maneuver here a little bit. See my Freo spears. I mean, yeah, it's good. It's a good idea to go pelt the enemy general. I think we can go ahead and charge one of them in. Oh, perfect. Let's go ahead and take out some of these archers over here. There's a lot of Germans throwing shit at us over on this flank, so... crap, okay, yeah, that flank is super exposed. Super exposed. I have to pull some of these archers back. This is a gypsy kid big and was about 9 years old. Bro, that's sad. They sent him out begging? Oh man, those parents are evil. Or just really useless. Jeez. I can't imagine that. Holy crap, I would never be there, bro. Send me a YouTube video. Wait, hold on. I'll click on it. I have to clean these Germanic tribesmen up, alright? I gotta teach him a lesson first. That's your bride market? Oh, okay. I'll go check it out. And I watched one video on Vice about it. I'm not especially clear about what happens there. Outside of it not really being a literal bride market. Never have you wanted to rip someone's head off? Oh, because of the kid that was sent out by his parents to beg? Yeah, I mean, I talk a lot here, like, in educational classes. By education, I mean, like, teaching classes about how, a person's circumstances often determines their future capacities in life, right? Like, if your parents set you up for success, you'll be more successful. If your family teaches good values, then you'll probably have good values and be successful by extension. If your kids are your parents are literally sending you out to beg, you've really gotten the shit end of the stick in life, Like, that's not a person with a particularly bright future unless that person makes it themselves, because their parents have most definitely not set them up with anything, I mean, yeah. It's sad. It's sad. What can you do? But, yeah. Anyway, these Germans, you can see, they're kind of surrounded. We have Spartan hoplites coming in from here. My hoplites are holding here. Working, we're not bad. They're not very good workers. I mean, hey, at least they show up to work. At least they're trying to make a clean life for themselves, eh? So what do you do, man? Molten World. What type of thing do you manage with these gypsy workers? Do you want me to link to Death Grips? I mean, I'll click on it, bro, but low-key, I don't really listen to that type of music. Oh shit, yeah, that was literally this is the video I watched, bro. Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, I mean, I can check it out. You're bald, bro. Shelly said you are bald. I don't know why your barber hates you. What did you do to this guy? What did you say to him? You know? You're also bald. I'm balding! You are currently bald. I'm not more bald than you. You're bald now. I'm bald in the future, bro. You are getting ahead of yourself. Yeah, Molten, but you're not 15, bro. Jellicent's bald and he's 15. Jellicent is a bald 15-year-old, bro. Yeah, he is. His barber shaved him, bro. His barber shaved him because he didn't know English, bro. He asked for short and the guy made him bald. A barber made him bald. Man, imagine you just showed up to high school one day bald, bro. I would get made fun of by everyone. Bro, why do you listen to this shit, bro? You didn't wear a cap. Oh yeah, bro. Nah. People, okay, boom, dude, if people find out that you're bald and you're like wearing a big ass hat, they're gonna make fun of you more, bro. I'm telling you right now. If you look scared of it, bro, if it looks like you're trying to like hide it,
We have need of talk.
you're fucked. You're screwed. You're like literally messed,
All
dude.
different roads then. Like
They have actual stadium-sized concerts full of people. Why?
the gods will have me listen to you, but do not pass the day in words with.
That was disturbing. Bro, that was, dude. How do they have fans? How does that particular band have any fans? I don't understand. Why would anyone pay money to listen to that live? Death Grips is like a band when it comes to experimental music. You know what? It was experimental. It was experimental. I'll give it that, you know? It definitely was an experiment. Turn off right before the drop. Well, you might say that I dropped it. I dropped it off there and then, you know? I wanted my own drop. I decided to drop it. I dropped it myself, bro. Oh, I'm stupid. I dropped it myself, bro. Why did you decide to expand east, not west? Because I'm scared of Rome, bro. I'm scared of Rome. I didn't want to fight Rome. I mean, I am at war with them. But I specifically have developed these allies here to block Rome in, bro. So I don't know. I felt like Asia and the factions in Anatolia are just much weaker. And then I took on the Ptolemies, which is how I got Judea. Or Yehuda as it's called here, right? You're laughing, but music snobs will have you in the head every time. Oh, bro, we're not the type of snobs I respect, man. I mean, music's ass, dude. I'm sorry, but it is, bro. It's like, the way it sounded to me was blah 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 blah. Bro, that's the way it sounded to me, bro. Blah 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 blah. You respect snobs? Nah, bro. Snobbery is like a very bad trait. I definitely don't respect snobs. I don't necessarily go out of my way to argue with snobs, but I generally dislike snobs. Do you know Tally? Bro, do I look like a guy who knows Tally Hall? I barely know Justin Bieber, alright? The fuck am I gonna know Tally Hall? Like, it's so fucking... What do you mean, bro? It's over. Blah, 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 blah. What, are we gonna come and behead me, bro? I'm dead. They're already. They make wonky rock? A wonky rock. Well, like Willy Wonka's rock, bro? Shut the fuck up. I know you're talking about me. Bro, Twitter can come at me, dude. Oh, wait. Do we have 4x? Do we have 4x? Mad. Блядь. 4x. Give me the 4x. Give me the 4x. Do we have 4x? Do we have 4x? I don't think we have 4x. I don't think that we got it, boys. Okay, to be fair, I don't think we have, I don't think we have the Imperium for it. What's our... Oh, no, we definitely don't. I think we need level 5 Imperium at the minimum. I mean, to be fair, it's just a couple of settlements away. It's not that bad. Okay, let's go ahead and try to conquer Adrissia. You know what? I don't even care. Like, we already have... Like, I don't give a crap about my reputation. It's already bad. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to take Nicomedia with this army. And let's just go ahead and try to conquer Thrace. Like, I need it for my campaign win condition anyway. It became popular right after we broke up. Damn. Ooh, okay. I mean, my ally is expanding here. That's good. I don't understand how these bands are popular, bro. Like, I might sound like a massive boomer right now, but I like legitimately cannot fathom why these bands are popular. Also, let's go move this army and make it somewhere else. So I'm already at like my maximum army sizes or what? Army number already or whatever. Really? Is it in... Huh. In Bulgaria? I mean, yeah, Thrace is like modern-day Bulgaria, roughly, right? Nice! That's awesome. That's actually really cool. Why renamed? Bro, you know Paris wasn't originally called Paris, right? Roman times it had a different name. Everything's renamed. You want to cry right now? Nah, dude, you'll be fine. Your hair's gonna grow quick, man. You're a young lad. You're a young lad. You don't need to be sad about your hair, bro. Who was in Paris? I think Jellison would know. He says that word a lot. Jellison definitely knows who was in Paris, and he would happily tell you. Yeah, let's go fuck these pirates up. Finally, we can go ahead and stop the pirate menace. Okay, next turn, we stop the pirate menace. Okay, this navy will start recruiting. Okay, we canceled our army over here. Go ahead and make a new one over here. But yeah, low-key, I just didn't want to fight the Romans. That's why I expanded. Okay, next turn, we're going to have a lot of battles against the Thracians. When do you unlock the technology to make gyros? You're playing Sparta, right? Yeah, I think Spartans just generally didn't care all that much about good food, you know? No gyro yet. When did the gyro come to be? Did you know what? Gyros are, like, low-key quite rare in Canada. It's weird. When I was growing up, gyros were everywhere, but now it's shawarma. Shawarma has fairly monopolized the wrap market. And I'm not upset. Shawarma is good, okay? I do like shawarma. But it would be nice to have, like, a good gyro as well. Remember it pronounced more like iro. I don't know if it's Greek. Don't you have to, like, move your hands as well in conjunction? Like, gyro. A gyro, you know? So they do something like that. Iro. Gyro. Like that, you know? You probably have to say it with passion, too. I don't know exactly. Well, you know, we better figure this out, man. I don't want to commit sins against the Greek people. I remember that there was this one restaurant near my house. It shut down, unfortunately, but it was on their menu. If you pronounce gyro wrong, you can't order it. They weren't serious about it, but no. It just reminds me of that. The gyro is lot the Ottoman Empire left to the Greeks. Oh, okay. Oh, so it comes from the shawarma civilizations.
Our merchants are welcomed across all the world for the wealth they bring. Why should your lands be any different?
Oh, that makes sense. Comparable food. I mean, shawarma is usually better, though. Like, the meat that they use in gyro, it doesn't have to be, like... I mean, okay, I like gyro more, like, in terms of the sauces and stuff like that. The composition of the wrap is better, but the preparation of the meat for shawarma is usually really freaking good, right? And it's like... You can't always say that for gyro. Like, the gyro meat could be anything, you know? There is... so different. No, but, like, a lot of places in Canada that made gyro, like, they wouldn't do it using a rotisserie thing. Like, they just have some shitty meat. Like, yeah, like, you can use really good meat for a gyro. Just in my experience, they don't tend to do that here. Where I live is rotisserie. Wow! But, you know? I mean, you just have good gyro in Romania, man. I mean, I'm not surprised. Yeah, dude, gyros are awesome. Gyros are sick. Okay, let's play out this naval battle, man. I want to kill these pirates. They've been raiding my waters for far too long. It's time to put them in their places, okay? A lot of these pirates, they aren't on the best ships. You can see here, oh, sorry, they're on good ships, but the men in the ships aren't all that skilled. You can see here a lot of these, like, kind of like levy spearmen type guys. I mean, yeah, it's that, but they're replaced by shawarma, which, like, I don't know, man. Like, shawarma maybe isn't as good as gyro, but, like, it's not terrible, you know? Like, shawarma is good. Like, a solid shawarma, you can't really go wrong with a solid shawarma. But, dude, I guarantee that food in Romania is 100% better. Every single European country I've been to has, like, better restaurants than Canada. Yeah, I mean, it's the people, you know, there aren't as many, like, Greeks or Balkaners in general here. You know, but there's a lot of, you know, Turks and Arabs and stuff in British Columbia, so... I don't know, the best shawarma place around my place, it's, people from Lebanon. They run it. They do a pretty good job. They make a pretty sick shawarma. We have a lot of good shawarma. But some of these shawarmas are massively overkill, or the garlic sauce is just way too hard. Like, they just dump fucking garlic sauce all over it, bro. They just smear it in garlic sauce. It's just gross to me. And yeah, this Navy is OP, man. Like, I put all the good ships you can see. We're just one-hitting these smaller vessels. Look at this. Ooh! The ship just instantly starts listing. Get destroyed. Get literally annihilated. Insta-kill. Wait. There we go. I mean... Okay, what am I doing here? I mean, first of all, I see like a direct ramming possibility right here, so... Why did Greeks paint on the faces of our boat? Vanity. Also, you paint, you know... You paint the gods on it that you think will keep you alive, but are lucky to you. I don't know. Men have historically been quite creative about decorating the things that they're going to take with them into battle. Use double time for stronger impact? That's a good idea. But honestly, my elite ships, they can one-hit these guys anyway. I just have to wait for the initial ships that first line of ships that I sunk to just fully hit the bottom. But you can see, man, those pirates stood no chance. Absolutely none. They killed 5 men, and I just wiped out all of her guys. The only thing is that some of her archers, they managed to get some volleys onto my marines, and that's about it. Put a smiley on it. Bro, imagine just getting killed by just like an emoji smiley face. Like this massive ram just comes at you and wipes out your ship, and it's just a giant emoji smiley face. That would be pretty devastating. That would be funny. You'd be like, you know what? I accept death at this point. You know? I appreciate the length that these guys have gone to meme on me in my final moments. I died as I lived. God damn, I don't have enough Perioikoi population to recruit more ships here. I mean, I could just get these smaller raiding vessels. They are perfectly capable of doing damage anyway. Taily Hall, okay. I'll put it on. I'll put it on once I end my turn here. But admittedly, that will be in a little bit of time for... Let's see. My Apple Watch is telling me to stand up. It's basically calling me fat. It'll be in a little bit of time for we have complete impact with the Thracians here. Every single settlement of theirs, we have now besieged. I don't know, boys. I think that we could just kill these. We're enjoyers of odd... I mean, look, man. My music tastes have always been somewhat atypical, okay? Just... But the classically trained musician father, I've never really listened to everything everyone else was listening to. I'm not even saying I just listen to classical music, but everyone thought I was weak AF for listening to Green Day at my age, you know? My music was considered dated. To be fair, some punk rock is basically autism music, bro. I listen to everything. I don't know. I don't like music enough to listen to everything, you know? If I don't like it, then I just don't like it. I'm not even snobby about it, by the way. I don't see music as superior to others. I just have very particular tastes. Have you heard of noise music? What the fuck is noise music, bro? Bro, this Bulgarian guy must be like, dude, what is this guy listening to, bro? He's like, the fuck? It's not actually music. It doesn't sound like music, bro. Noise isn't music, bro. Was it just like a soundboard? You make a melody from just random soundboard sounds? Yeah, there we go. I think what we're gonna do here is Japanese people screaming into the microphone and breaking shit. Sounds therapeutic, bro. You know, like after a long night of work, you want to just unwind, come home, and just listen to some good old noise music, you know? I listen to it if I get bored of actual music. You're like, it's something to put on. You know, it's something to put on. Fill the void. You know, it helps me do homework sometimes. Shit, I just got javelined in the face. I didn't control my men the best. Okay, here we go. We lost a couple of Cretan archers. It's okay. We'll recover them. Recover them. It's gotta be alright. We can go ahead, bring up our guest hoplites here into line. Form them into the phalanx. Come on, boys. Form up. Drop those shields. Perfect. Get the officers to the back so they can regulate the shield wall. And then, yep. My Cretan archers can go ahead and unload upon these fools. Come on, Cretans. The men of Crete, finest bowmen in the Greek world, launching together for Sparta. It's a beautiful sight to behold. You can see Thracian horsemen collapsing. Of course, this is the easiest battle I'm going to have against Thracian guys. The way I've decided to conduct myself here is I go from easiest to hardest. So this is basically just a garrison, but I'm wiping out here. You're a fan of Balearic slingers. I mean, Balearic slingers are base, bro. It's not something anyone casually listens to, the noise music. It's just like whatever. I mean, I like Balearic slingers too. Slingers are awesome. I mean, I love slingers in Rome too. Like, I don't know if you played Rome 1, but slingers were so bad at Rome 1 in my opinion. They couldn't fire over like any type of terrain at all. They were just super confined. Honestly, if it wasn't for Balearics, the Iberian factions would be so weak. But Balearics actually make them like kind of good because you can't really skirmish against them as well. Wait, these guys have concerts? Bro, what? This, bro, these guys are hooligans. They drove a bulldozer? You're gonna go have sex? Okay, good luck. Oh my god. Look at these local. I mean, dude, I'm literally just grinding out my opponents here. Very simple. Right, we have a hoplite phalanx here. If the enemies try to engage them, they're gonna die. I don't think that these stupid townsfolk could possibly win against us. And then we're just gonna go ahead and just continue firing with our Cretans. Completely launch our ammunition here. See, got our Galatian warriors into the enemy Thracian warriors. Of course, Thracians are better than Galatians. In DI especially, like I just did an Adrician campaign. I know about the quality of Thracian infantry and they're very skilled. Of course, not the militia kind as much. They're okay, they're not great, but whatever. But they might do alright against my Galatians. That's all I'm trying to say here. So it'll be a good idea to get my cavalry in once they're done wrapping up this bowman. These local tribesmen are trying to outflank us here. I mean, my Cretans aren't horrible in melee, so might as well get them in. Oh, there we go. An enemy disroute. They're an underground Japanese thing. Bro, what type of people do you think go to these noise concerts? Are these guys just hooligans, or is this actually a cultural something? Like, what do you think the value that's attached to this, President? No idea. I mean, it's the type of person that drives a bulldozer through a building. Do you view the act of driving a bulldozer through a building as a rebellion of substance? Like, do you think does it mean something, or is it like a Bart Simpson type act, you know? You kiss me hot on the mouth. I don't kiss bald guys, I'm sorry. You know? I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry, Jelly. Okay, so this battle, I'm expected to lose, so I guess that's the hardest. Yeah, this one's considered easier, so I'll play that one. Why did you loot? Because it was 15,000. It's 15,000, that's why I looted it. I know. I mean, I've been trying to loot a little less. But right now there aren't that many slave populations in my empire. Because, you know, I like to keep it nice and balanced. I don't want to have, like, -8 public order due to slaves. I never loot Bulgarian cities. Wow! You know? You have a reason for that, bro. I don't care about no Thracians. I mean, here, like, this Nicomedia, that's like Turkish now, right? I can loot it. You should be okay with this one. Perhaps you even would like me to loot this one, I don't know. Bro, I'm Chinese Baltic. Yeah, use it to torture yourself to discover your privilege. I mean, that sounds pretty normal, according to the people in my university. That sounds like something people would do it, bro. It's just part of Istanbul. Exactly. That's why, you know, we loot this one, right? Like, do I have your approval to loot this city, or would you like me to leave it alone as well, my dude? Where should I make the incision? You might. Okay. So what I'm getting here is that you don't mind if I loot this. You're okay with it. Like this city, you know, we can loot the city. Any case. What the? Why aren't we shooting this wall, bro? Wait, hold up. Okay, there we go. Only 5%? Oh no. Well, that's not good. I thought that we'd be doing more damage than that. How much ammo do we even have? 17. Okay. I guess that first volley was just somewhat inaccurate. 29? Okay. I was hoping I could knock out like 2 sections of the wall. That's why I'm a little bit underwhelmed. I'm still not sure whether I'll be able to knock out 2 parts of the walls. So I don't want to have to funnel most of my troops through just one section. I'm trying to make a breach, obviously, right? Make a nice hole so we can run guys in. Well, let's see how this hole looks.
The walls are breached.
Okay. It's a reasonably sized gap. And let's just extend it, I guess. We've already done damage to this side, so it's more likely to be fallable. 40%. 58. Nice. Ah, I don't think we can do it, boys.
One of our units was
Okay.
short of ammunition.
Oh man, if I had only not shot at the gate, because I wasted one round there. In this part of the wall, we're just one round off. So I actually appreciate that music exists and that our brains recognize rhythm and rhymes and timing, etc. But they're actually genius. Why are they genius? I mean, honestly, they are hard to destroy with catapults. There is that. But what do you appreciate about the Gallic strategy? I know that these types of hill forts are genuinely hard to take, and that the various levels in them allow kind of like archers and slingers and stuff to shoot the men directly below. So it enhances the damage that skirmishers can do, which is intelligent. They're also relatively cheap to construct, especially compared to other types of settlements. You can't demolish them that easily. Yeah. I mean, that is true. That is true. If these were just humongous straight up walls, then they would honestly just be humongous targets, right? Anyway. I don't know. I think that the easiest thing, the best thing I can do is... I mean, firstly, I'm sending my Cappadocians to hunt down the enemy marines. That for some reason they decided to not go here, or if they could just run into the settlement. They're just running right outside of it, so... Yeah, we are literally just destroying them here. See, yep. We did lose a couple of riders, but I don't really care. Cavalry aren't even that useful in a siege normally, so it's like... If I can kill 4 units with my cavalry and take minimal losses, that's great. But that's another good reason, yeah. Besides the layering and the challenge of doing that. Besides that, you know, the parts of the world where such walls would exist were very, very muddy, right? So simply approaching an elevated position like this would mean like things like rams would simply get stuck in the mud, wheels wouldn't be able to turn. It would just be a, you know, I don't know, I just feel like this type of format works especially well with like wet, muddy dirt. It would make it super duper difficult to tread on. I know that point is valid, but that's just the feeling I got. Okay, we're sending our Hallets in. I mean, we're just getting shot to pieces by the Thracian bowmen. There's little I can do outside of, I don't know, I could send my bowmen if I really wanted to. Yeah, I don't know. You know, maybe we should have just waited for the siege engines to get closer. But you know what, it is what it is. These guys, we are going to have to throw over ammo at someone, so... I suppose that one unit getting wrecked is kind of inevitable here. Now let's hold these guys back. But this particular unit of Helots is basically just some sort of sacrifice to our gods, you know? But yeah, you know, we absorb some ammo at the end of the world. And then my Gallic swordsmen just continue to tread forward. The only stone walls that really does their jobs are the Feodosian walls of Constantinople that stood for 700 years. I mean, okay, yeah, sure, if you're talking about like extreme longevity or something. But come on, there were so many times when walls were useful. Even the Severian walls in Rome, I mean, yeah, they did get sacked by various barbarian peoples, but there were several times during civil wars where the walls of Rome very much saved, like whatever guy was in control of the city from losing it. Whatever city was very difficult to fall. We never faced a real army? Oh, they definitely did. The Severian walls in Rome definitely faced. They faced real armies of Romans. When? The crisis of the 3rd century. Wait, no. Wait. I'm thinking. Okay, I got the wrong name. That's the problem. It's not the Severian walls. It's the. Crap. Who built the really? Who built the later ones? Trajan? Did he do it? I think Trajan did. But yeah, I'll look it up after this battle. It wasn't Severus. So the Severian walls were too old. I got the word wrong. Forgive me. Crap. I did not think that the enemy were gonna sally out over archers. That is way too ballsy of a play. Okay, I'm sending Cappadocians in to wreck these guys. Send in some swordsmen. Maybe get the rest of my units just a bit closer. I am playing the siege very poorly. I mean, at least my siege engines got over here, but then my Galatian swordsmen are honestly just getting pooped on. I mean, this is a good charge here. Thracians really shouldn't have sallied out. That's kind of a brain fart from the AI, obviously, but I'll take it. I'll get rid of an entire unit of Thracian bowmen like that. Wait, let me pause here. I'm gonna go ahead and search up those walls. Who built Rome's walls? And then 1st century. That's when they got kind of like upgraded. Aurelian, there we go. Aurelian, Christ of the First. Okay, then it was okay. Now it's coming back to me. Okay, I heard about this in a podcast. Okay, this is not something I read about. I am not that good at late Roman history. Aurelian upgraded the walls. And then after who was it? After Diocletian died, and there was a bunch of civil wars. There was a bunch of sieges of Rome that were unsuccessful because of Aurelian's walls. For example, Civil War of Tetrarchy, Siege of Rome. Let's see that. I think it was when Maximinius was in Rome. Maxentius. Crap. I'm not really finding this on Wikipedia all that easily. You know what? The show must go on, boys. I give up there. I give up. You know, to be fair, the Theodosian walls were way better. Your point is completely valid. There's no point of even trying to defend myself here. Obviously, the Theodosian walls were OP, man. Those walls were crazy. Okay, my Galatian swords are being wrecked. Yeah, I know when to quit. Don't worry about it. Although, I wouldn't say my walls are completely useless outside of the Theodosian walls. I mean, there's plenty of times when walls saved somebody's butt. But not usually as long as the Theodosian walls worked. Those walls were crazy for their longevity. Usually what ends up happening is if the enemy is determined, they could just wait you out while you starve in your city anyway, right? I mean, like, say Jerusalem, it had a three-layered wall, but the Romans, they still took it during the Great Rebellion. They just waited long enough, right? Yeah. Walls up. If I was living in a place that was being attacked, I sure as heck want some walls. But the Chinese were like 1,000 years ahead of Europe at some point. Yeah, but I don't know, like, I have like a Chinese history professor, right? Like, I'm taking Chinese history and the professor is Chinese, so both a Chinese history professor in like the literal sense, and he says the reason why China never really attempted to expand all that much is because, like, not really. It's just the Han Chinese aren't really all that adventurous, just in general. It's not in their mentality. Like, when China was at its territorial height, was under the Qing, and they were Manchurian. So it took a foreign dynasty for the Chinese to actually become expansionist. Like, most Chinese regimes are just very, like, insular. They look inward, kind of like the Americans do sometimes, you know? When they just look inward and they completely neglect foreign affairs and don't have any ambitious territorial objectives. That's just their mentality. Now, could they have leveraged their technological advantage to conquer a large amount of territory? Sure. Would it probably have fallen at some point? Yeah, every empire falls, right? I mean, even the Persians couldn't hold on to their empire. They eventually lost it to a bunch of upstart Macedonians, led by Alexander the Great, right? And for the longest time, they did have a technological advantage over the Greeks, and they still had one. Just not in terms of infantry when Alexander conquered them, but in terms of everything else, every other creature comfort that people and civilizations enjoyed, the Persians were ahead. So I don't know, man. I mean, they could have conquered, the Chinese could have conquered the world at some point during ancient times, but the question is, would Chinese civilization have lasted as long as it did if they did conquer the world? Because we all know that cultures who conquer, they go over irreversible cultural changes, but fundamentally changes who they are. You know what I mean? Like, you can't conquer a huge swath of foreign territory without your people absorbing a ton from them, right? So I don't know. The Chinese would have been changed in a large way, and I think a lot of their cultural practices would have died. So maybe one of the reasons why they're still so distinct from other peoples is because they never did conquer, you know? Why didn't they bring their technology from Europe earlier? Maybe they should have expanded. The British would not have fucked them. They did! The British did fuck them. And, yeah, I mean, they did get screwed over by not modernizing, that's for sure. I mean, they went through a century of humiliation at the hands of the Europeans because of it. And believe me, like, contemporary Chinese people at the time had no idea that they were about to get wrecked by the British. Like, when the Opium War started, they thought that they were going to annihilate the British, until they realized that the matchlock was outdated, and that wooden ships were not equivalent to steam-powered ships with much higher caliber cannons. I mean, you know, I think that in general, the Chinese just had this mentality where they hated change, and they just believed that their cultural traditions made them superior. Like, they were pretty racist in the way they conceived the rest of the world. And they just saw them as inferior, uncultured swine, really. And at the end of the day, I mean, that belief in their culture's supremacy did screw them over, because, I mean, it turned out to be misplaced, right? At the end of the day, You know a lot, guy. Bro, I don't know. I'm a history student, man. I want to be a history teacher, so I better know a lot, or else I'm gonna be bad at my job. Yeah. I know a decent amount. Yeah, I know a decent amount. I'm just a geek. Being a geek is good, man. Tell the hall reaction, please. One more battle. One more battle in this turn, and then I press that next turn button, and then I'll listen to it. Alright, I'm gonna loot this one. Because it's just Turkish. It's just Turkish territory. I can loot it. It's not a problem. You know, no Bulgarians were hurt. Were hurt in the production of this video. Okay, let's just repair the port. Bro, I'm trying. Okay, fine. Tally Hall reaction. Wait, can you just post the link again so I don't have to go down and find it? It would be very kind to me. Are still in the steps. No! I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I thought I wasn't hurting any Bulgarians. Okay, let's hear this, President. Cool, man. I like it. That's actually a good one. Heck yeah. Alright, so I mean, I guess I'm still like killing like if Anthony Fantano is a good reviewer. Hey, what else am I supposed to say, right? I'm not like that guy who takes a sip of wine and is like, has 1,000 things to say. And I can say I like it or I don't. But look, I mean, still killing proto-Bulgarians, right? Because the Bulgars would have come in and been mated with the local Thracian type people, right? You know, so I still want to leave them untouched, you know, for you. Also, I have Judean Phrao spears in here, so it's my people. Rate it 1 out of 10? I think that's like a solid 8, I would say. Solid 8. What do you think about that? I think it's worth an 8. I mean, it's like every album, right, has songs with different paces, right? And Anthony Fantano is already, I don't even know. I mean, that name sounds familiar, I just can't recall who that is. Like, every album has, like, songs at different paces, right? And that song, it sounds like the type of thing, it's like a good, fast-paced, nice song. It's not the main song of the album, but it's like, it's that song, everyone is coming, oh yeah, I am like the review channel, dude. I'm the review channel now. But it feels like a type of song, it's like the solid mid-song in the album, you know what I mean? Like it's a good song. It's a good freaking song. But it's also like not the main, like the top hitting song in the album. You know what I mean?
We have discovered the enemy's hidden units.
Famous music reviewer? Okay. But not famous enough for me to know about him, huh? Look at these Judean Phrao spears, though. I love his unit. It's the only Jewish unit I can recruit. Yeah, shit takes. Love how, yeah, the menorah on the shields. Look at that. But I admit, though, that menorah does not look like the type of thing that a person could paint on themselves in that era, you know? You know what I mean? Like, it just doesn't look like a warrior painted this. It looks like some graphic designer came up with that. Obviously that is what happened, but that's just the way it looks. I feel like a lot of these, like, designs on the shields probably came from, like, ancient coins or something like that. But that just looks like the French leaf. But that looks like the medieval French emblem, you know what I mean? Do you know the enough slice meme? No. I do not know enough slice meme. Thick boy sound? No, I'm not familiar with that particular sound. I don't think I've sampled that particular sound. I may have heard it in passing. I may have heard it at some point. But honestly, Vijay and Freo Spears have some pretty nice stats. 30 armor goes to sound effect. I mean, probably I've heard the sound effect, bro. I probably heard it. It just like doesn't ring an especially large bell right now. They're made by Fantano. Oh. I mean, dude, the name Anthony Fantano itself, it sounds familiar. Like, I've definitely heard that name before. If he's a famous music reviewer, it makes sense. I guess I have heard of that guy. It's just not ringing like a super hard bell. Like, I can't. I'm not like, oh yeah, Anthony Fantano. I know exactly who you're talking about. I know, like Anthony Fantano. It sounds vaguely familiar. And I'm raining death upon these Thracian bowmen, wiping them out. Look at that. Goodbye, Thracian bowmen. We have some Thracian warriors over here. And they do have pretty weak... He's bald and wears... He's racially ambiguous. Oh, that sounds promising. I like racial ambiguity. Looks like the enemy are... It looks like we're trying to hit me pretty hard here. I mean, look, man, I know about the Thracian infantry. They do like best on they do best on the charge. So if I charge my Judeans at them first. Ah, crap. It got like a last minute charge, but it wasn't like a very good one. So I think we're good on that. And what's going on here? We're charging into my Judeans. Bye! Good night. Don't let the Anthony Fantanos bite. Okay, let's hit these guys in the rear. Hit these guys too. I'm putting my general around the flanks. Can maybe move these guys forward a little bit. I mean, the long spear Freo spears are honestly pretty good. So I used them in my last campaign. They have solid stats. They will definitely do quite a bit of damage against my Judeans. But they don't kill super quickly, so I could probably hold them off for a while. Okay, my cavalry got stopped by Thracian militia. That blows, man. My cavalry took a lot of damage. But on this side, they didn't. They actually managed to rout some Thracian townfolk. Crap, though. I don't know. The problem is actually no, it's a Thracian noble bodyguard. Actually, just charge our guys in here. Shit. Cavalry didn't really do as much damage as I would have hoped. But hey, the Figia and Axemen are getting wrecked, which is awesome. Glad to see my Freo spears doing work. But on this side, Thracian militia and then Thracian Furos infantry. The Furos infantry are good. Thracian militia not as much though. We should be able to cut down the militia quite easily with my general. We'll go ahead and throw Aspis in here. We're gonna start cutting down these Balkan tribesmen who dare challenge the might of Sparta. History student, who is your favorite historian channel on YouTube? I don't know. I like Invicta. He's pretty good. I like Heroes and Generals. Crash Course, that just brings nostalgia to me because I used to listen to them all the time when I was in like middle school and stuff. But I don't really watch him all that much anymore, so I can't say that he's my favorite. Alternate History Hub I like just because it's super entertaining. I mean, it's alternate history channel, you know? It's fun to go for the scenarios.
Andrew.
Hmm? Oh, potatoes. Okay, I'll be up in like 5 minutes.
Yeah.
One of our
Alright, I mean, you guys probably heard that. I definitely am going to be ending the stream soon. I gotta go help make dinner. But I'm gonna go play out this battle at the very least, boys. I'm not abandoning Sparta here. I mean, the enemy's throwing some pretty weak units at the pikes, with the exception of the sellswords, who are... And honestly, my pikemen are taking a lot of damage. The enemy are throwing javelins in large amounts. What about you? Like, do you have a favorite history YouTube channel? I think, honestly, I probably watch the most heroes and generals of that part. I don't know if you know that channel, but they make some pretty dang good documentaries. Yeah, who's your favorite? Yeah, I'm just going on YouTube just to, like, remember here. What were the last ones that I watched? At this point, the battle is somewhat stagnant, with the exception of his cavalry. I got a micro that. Oh, right. Yeah, I really like the Great War YouTube channel too. And then the spin-off World War II one. You know that guy who would, like Indian Idol, who would like follow the Great War every single day of it, every single week of it, like 100 years later? History civilistic. Wait, he has a... What do you mean, like, he has a TikTok? Okay, these Freo spears from the Thracians. We're pushing them back with my Judeans. They're kind of like... No, that's his channel. Oh, okay. Oh, he has another channel? Oh no, the guy I'm talking about isn't British. I think we're thinking about a different YouTuber. Like just a channel called Invicta. Shit. Progress is slow. Like these Frail Spears are gonna get eventually pushed back by all these Thracians. Yes, I know him. Oh, okay. Dude, how do I wrap this up, though? Actually, no. There you go. As soon as they asked how do I wrap this up, I get answered. This flank just fell. They're trying to push Dacian skirmishers to bridge the gap here. I'm just turning my Cappadocians around. Go charge these guys down. A nice light skirmish unit like this won't be able to resist the charge of a bunch of hardened heavy cavalrymen. We can wipe them out. Oh, crap. I don't like how these guys stabilize, but... I don't know. Surely these Phigian mercenary spearmen won't be able to hold back all of my men for very long. My center is holding, of course. This flank's eventually gonna fall. Serious casualties. I know. But hey, this is the last Adrician settlement. If I take this one, I have plenty of time to go recover my army. Plus, this army, like, I hope you notice, I don't have a single, like, elite Spartan unit in this army. It's all foreigners and low class, so it's actually very easy to recruit more men for this force. It won't really be all that tough. Crap, these guys have been getting shot up the entire battle. I know my cavalry is gone too. Oh, that's rough. I mean, my general is just tanking out these Adrician Freo swords. The problem is that my Aspis kills very slowly. It's mostly like a defensive unit, so And then also, a lot of these guys are around the side of the house, so... They're around the side of the building here, so only the front line is engaged with my men, and those are the only guys that can get killed, so... Although, right here, you can see finally the breakthrough, the Figians fall. I mean, yeah, this side, the Helots, the Helot Pikes, yeah, these are just freed slaves, right? So, they're very cheap for me to recruit, but they worked great. They held very strong. Even on this side, like, I didn't really lose that many men. These Judeans, they held pretty well. And the light guys I lost here, it's like, whatever. I can very much afford to lose them, believe me. These guys didn't even see any battle. They just got shot to pieces. I just wasn't watching, I guess. Or I guess I didn't really care. But I think that this is still going to be a win here. I don't imagine that the Thracians have very much ammo left. Although these guys still have bows in hand, so they still have some ammo. But then the best unit on the field at this point is definitely my general. If they can't shoot him, then they're going to have a lot of trouble beating this guy. And my archers are still at full strength, and I mean, they can at least beat the enemy archers in melee combat. Yeah, there we go. My general, he's engaged again. Let's go see again. The only true Spartan on the field in my Spartan army is my general. They're just fighting with swords here. No hoplite phalanx for them. I want them to kill quickly. And they have insane melee attack initially, innately, so like, they're not really gonna die in combat to anything unless it's really strong. You can kind of get the zoom in here. Watch the cool Spartan unit just execute lightly armed Balkan tribesmen. Inspire the men here. Well, I don't think I need much inspiration. You can see here Thracian militia, Thracian warriors, and decent cavalry unit. Thracian warriors. These are all militia troops, with the exception of these Agrianian mercenaries right here. But they're already pretty low strength. But the Agrianians do have potential. Although, should work pretty well. These Judeans will absolutely destroy this cavalry. And then this Thracian mercenary peltas, they're alright in melee combat, although they should lose to Judean Freo spears. But if we just charge these Kyrioikoi right here, get them right in the rear. Hi, bald guy. Now you're the bald guy. Okay, yeah. See, these Agrianians did bust through. They are pretty good. I don't know. I just don't want them to hit my rear. That is something that could really mess with me here. So we'll go ahead, send my cavalry in. They'll be able to kill an Agrianian or two. And then we just send in hundreds of archers. Will the Agrianians be able to stop my archers? They can't! They die! They rout. Why you lie? Because I'm a pathological liar. It's pathological. Okay, we're just trying to stop the enemy from outflanking us. So the longer my general stays in combat, the more he can dispatch of his rabble. Look at your head. But I'm not balding. Alien size? Yeah, it is alien size. Alright, you can see the Thracians, they're starting to run. They know the game is up. The longer they try to hold on against the men of Sparta, the more of them have to die here. Yeah, they're running away. Well, that was a tough fight. But I was projected to lose. So I'm happy I took the win here. You love Jennifer Robo? Aw. Aw. That was tough though. Honestly, I'm happy that I kept a lot of the Thracian infantry to not super high kill counts. Because I just played an Idrisian campaign that I won. And these Thracian warriors are tough. These long spear spears are tough as well. These Agrianian sellswords, they're also very good. Like, I know the quality of these units, and they're very high. And the Thracians were known to be great warriors. They were just terrible statesmen, which is why they never became bigger than they were, I guess. But yeah, there we have it, boys. Idrisians are settlementless. That means they're reduced to nothing but piracy. No, I just occupied. I know loot. I peacefully occupied, bro. It was so peaceful. He's like, yes, okay. Just don't think about it. Don't think about looting, bro. If you loot a good Bulgarian village, then I ain't gonna be happy. Those are real cities, really? I mean, I've heard of Odessos. I heard it's like a pretty popular tourist destination, right? Like Golden Sands and all that or something. But I've never heard of any of the other ones. But I don't know much about Bulgarian geography or anything. Yeah, like my parents, I think it named Varna? Aw, that's cool. Hey, dude, that's why I love having, like, viewers from Europe and stuff, man. I learned so much. The other one's called Burgess. If you had to recommend to, like, a North American guy like me to go to one city in Bulgaria, where would you recommend them to go? What would be your top pick? Once I get an answer, I'll end this stream here because I have to go help my dad with the potatoes. Plovdiv or Sofia? Okay. So you're not recommending like a resort city there. You're recommending like actual big cities, eh? That makes sense. That makes perfect sense. Oh, I do like resorts, dude. When I'm on vacation, I usually just lie on my ass and read all day. Not gonna lie, that's my happy place. Yeah. But I mean, you can't do that in every Black Caesar. Yeah, I think so. But anyway, I don't intend to go to Europe anytime soon. Expensive. Too expensive for me right now. I'm just finishing up school right now. But anyway, yeah, I gotta end it now. But thanks for watching, man. So nice to see you, Molten Worlds. And you, President, if you're still there. And you, Jellyson, the now bald guy. I hope you like being bald, Jelly. You don't like resorts? Well, it's not for everyone. Some people just feel cooped up, but I like him. But my brother hates resorts too. I get it. He never liked them. He can't stand being there for more than a day. But anyway, I'm gonna go. See you later, and thanks for watching. Bye.